Good morning, this is Jack from Charting Markets Crypto, and this is the Premarket webinar for the morning of Tuesday, the 14th of October. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right. Okay, let's have a look at, let's have a look at crypto. Looking at Bitcoin. Now, I've written a post today about this, and I've been giving this a lot of thought this morning. And basically, we're in, this is an either-or situation. We've got this double top here, which has formed. Obviously, we saw a breakup and into a new all-time high, but this could be the second high of a double top, and that double top, if it is a double top, has already broken down. Now, we will see how that develops, but really, we're in an either-or situation. Either we head down to this target here, which is 88.2 to 90k, or we reject back up to the high, and really, generally, it'll just be one or the other. There aren't any other obvious clear options. Now, we've got a fair amount of support here. You can notice this this high here at 189.3k. 109.3k, and we're really testing that area at the moment. We're also testing the weak to middle band, and if we break below the weak to middle band, it's not the end of the bull market or anything necessarily, but it is a significant technical break, and would open considerably further lower, and would very much open down this target here, which is an area which we haven't seen for a while now. We will see how that goes. But afterwards, I'd still be leaning towards seeing a retest of the high, but the odds that that would be the second high of a large double top would be significant. In terms of the daily chart, we saw a back test of the daily middle band yesterday. Obviously, if we do see a retest of this low here at 105.8k, then we would be setting up a potential RSI 5 buy signal. We don't get that many of those, but we had one of those recently and performed like a champ. And generally speaking, once they fix, they're pretty reliable at making target. We will see. We'd also be setting up a nice looking little double bottom to take us back up there. On the hourly chart, we had a lovely channel established, and I'm very, very sad to lose it. But that actually makes this double top setup stronger and more likely to play out. Watching this with great interest, but I'm sorry to lose that. That gives us I really like it when we have those, because it gives us very reliable support and resistance levels. Looking at Solana, Solana tested the weak to middle band fairly aggressively at the end of last week, but closed above it, so that is still holding its support. We also tested the 200 DMA down here as support. If we come back and retest that, we could be setting up a double bottom, and equally we could be testing this rising support trend line here, which I've got basically, well, almost exactly at the retest. So we could just be coming back there, setting up a double bottom, testing this trend line here, and then heading back up into the high. I would be concerned, because my main concern about Bitcoin possibly making this double top target is we might see some serious technical damage while that happened on Solana and Ethereum, which are both looking a little fragile here. I would prefer not to see that, but you can see we back tested the daily middle band yesterday. I think the odds of seeing a retest of this low aren't bad. If so, we've got a big inflection point there, and potentially, if we see a breakdown from that, then we can start giving back a lot of ground here. And what I would say is that we've got support here for the IHS, which broke up with the target in the 282 area, which hasn't made target yet. We've got support for that at 126, but potentially you can see we could be forming a head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. We could be forming a head and shoulders here, which could potentially take us back to a retest this low here at 95.95. That would be an indication that we might be seeing the end of the bull market here. So I'm concerned about that, and I would prefer not to see that. In the short term, though, this kind of looks like a bull flag, but the trend lines aren't great. Looking at Ethereum, again, we tested the weak to middle band. Again, we held it and retested the low. As long as we're back by the end of the week, shouldn't be an issue on that either. On the daily chart, no prospect of a possible RSI 5 buy signal. I preferred to see that on all three of these, but we saw a back test of the daily middle band yesterday and a fail, wondering about a retest of this low. Until we see a hard break below it, I'd be leaning towards seeing a bull flag here, but again, the trend lines aren't great. Below that, we would have rising support here, which I've got at about 3150 area, and we've got a big level here down in the high 2800s, which I'd be leaning towards seeing some support at. But if we have a look, that is this high here. and that is the obviously this IHS has broken up and already made target, but we could be seeing a backtest of this level here down in the 2900 area. I'd prefer not to see that. Again, that would be a worryingly large decline. Looking at back at the last 3 years, we will see. Overall, I'm kind of leaning towards not seeing the hard breakdown, but I got to say the Bitcoin double top is high quality. The overall setup is high quality. We could see that deliver. We shall see, and it's all the more likely if we see some reversal patterns play out on the equity indices, and we have some pretty nice ones there. We shall see. All right, having a look at questions. We have none. All right, everyone, take care, and I'll catch you again tomorrow morning.